Hello Year 8, I hope you're all safe and well. Welcome to your second week of remote learning. Now alongside the regular lesson that you'll be completing, the regular video lesson that I would have set to you, we also wanted to start providing you all with some feedback on the work that you've completed from home. So this short video now is just to give you guys some feedback about the work that you completed last week. So today's feedback covers last week's lessons, all of which focused on the point of poetry. Right? Thank you all for the work that you have submitted. Please do keep going with that. All right, and the quizzes at the end of the week are particularly important because that's what I'm actually going to use to give you guys that feedback about what you've learned. Because that quiz that you've been set at the end of the week allows you to review what you've been able to pick up during the week and what you've managed to learn. So that I think they are a really useful point to pick on. So I thought I'd go through the answers to the quiz, see what you guys put, see what was right, what was wrong, what might need that little bit of editing, just so that we are aware of what we do know and what we maybe just need to revisit. Okay, so moving on then. So question number 1 of that quiz was, what do we call the patterns of rhymes at the end of each line of a poem or song? You can see that everybody got the answer right there. It was rhyme scheme, absolutely. Okay, so that's definitely something that you guys have obviously all picked up on, and you've been able to show that through your answering of this question, so well done. Question number 2 was, which word means pointless or incapable of producing any useful result? You can see that the majority did get that answer right. Futile is the word that links to that definition. I know another answer there is the right answer. You have put futile, but there is just that incorrect spelling of it there. So that's just something to be aware of, that when it comes to the word futile, do make sure that we are just spelling it right. There's no need for the R there. And another person has put idiotic there. That's not quite the right answer there. Okay, so it is a case of making sure that we understand that the word that means pointless or incapable of producing any useful result is the word futile. Question number 3 was, what does the noun foe mean? And again, pretty much everybody got the answer right there, okay? It's either an enemy or an opponent, okay? But an enemy is the main definition of what a foe is, all right? Think about the phrase where sometimes people might say friend or foe, all right? It means are they either nice to you or are they somebody to be aware of, so to speak. Question 4, what term describes a group of closely associated words? All right, and the majority got that right again there. It is the lexical field. Okay, a lexical field is a group of words that all link to each other somehow. All right, so with this other answer here, it is kind of, they are words that are related to each other, but the technical term for it is lexical field. Okay, a lexical field is a group of closely associated words. Question 5, who wrote the poem The Man He Killed? One of the poems you were asked to look at this week, and you all managed to get that answer spot on. Thomas Hardy, or Hardy there, okay, he was the author of that poem, so well done for that. Number 6, which war was the poem The Man He Killed based upon? This is an interesting one to look at. As you can see, the majority have got it right, so the Boer War, right, it wasn't the second Boer War, because as far as I'm aware, there's only ever been one, okay, so we still have the Boer War in there, that's correct. But a couple of incorrect answers there. The First World War, World War I, those answers are incorrect, okay, so with bringing up this video, it's just a case of remembering that if you are asked to come back to that poem again, The Man He Killed is the Boer War, all right, different from World War I, okay? Well done, those of you who got it right. And then finally, the last question here, what did the poet suggest about war in The Man He Killed? Now, there's no obvious right answer with this one, because there are a few different options that you can have. All right, but some of the correct answers that I've put down the bottom here that you could have had. The poet suggests war is futile and absurd. Futile. Hardy suggests war is futile. Hardy suggests war is pointless. The poet suggests war is pointless. Hardy says war is futile and absurd. He suggests it's futile. He suggests it's pointless and ridiculous. He suggests war is futile. He says war is futile. He says war is pointless. Okay, so various different versions of the answer that we could have had there. So as you can see, we've got different answers going on here, but like the first one there, it is futile, yep, that's the correct answer to that question, it was futile, yep. This one here, it was quaint and curious, obviously that's an incorrect answer there, okay, in line with the correct answers we've got down here, right. Hardy is suggesting that the war was futile and absurd, etc. Using that key word that we answered the question earlier. Again, it is futile, spot on. That it is curious, that's not the main point we're trying to get across, okay? Again, we're sort of talking about the writer's attitude towards the war. Killing is pointless, absolutely. War was bad, you're not entirely wrong with that answer, but sometimes we do like to look at upgrading our vocabulary to words like futile, okay? So it's always really useful to use those key words that we pick up in lessons, okay? So on the whole, we're getting the point with that one, all right? But this is why I wanted to just make these feedback videos, just so you guys can have a look and think about, you know, what areas you might just need to revisit a little bit, or what areas you might just want to change things in, just so that you got your knowledge spot on there with this particular topic. All right, I believe that's all the questions that I've covered there. All right, so that is the end of the video. This was your feedback video. Please do carry on with the work that you've been submitting. Once again, thank you for the work that you have been submitting. All right, it's all been really high quality work. It's really good, and you've all been submitting it really regularly as well. So keep up with that. Otherwise, stay safe, and I'll do another one of these videos next week. Okay, stay safe and goodbye.